Hi, I'm Winnie.
I'm Lucas.
I'm Zoel.
I'm Mateo.
I'm Cass.
And welcome to this month's episode of High School Happenings.
As everyone knows, a big part of high school is all the awesome sports we get to play.
An issue that has become prevalent lately is that of concussions.
Hi, I'm Cole.
And I'm Zoel, and we're your High School Happenings Sports Patrol.
This month, we took a close look at an issue that's been impacting athletes across the city: concussions.
Concussions. They can happen in any sport. Some see it as a simple hit to the head. Some see it as a bad headache. Some think it's nothing. But it's something way more than that.
Hi, my name is Francis Coulombe, and I suffered from a concussion last year playing rugby with Colonel Secondary School.
Rugby is a sport that involves a lot of contact and risks for injuries and head injuries. Concussions are the most prominent rugby injury, and also a very serious injury in sports.
So we were playing against Brookfield High School, and we were very short on players, so I had to fill in positions that I didn't usually play. And just being in that different position landed me in a situation where I had to make a tackle from kind of a weird angle. And it was bad luck, I guess. I put my head in the wrong place, and the opposing player's knee just came and connected me right in the orbital bone. And so that resulted in a fracture, multiple fractures on my skull, and a pretty severe concussion.
After the hit, Francis was knocked out. He couldn't respond and needed to go to the hospital after the game, where the doctor confirmed he had a concussion.
Francis had to go through a recovery process where he would stay in a dark room all day, doing nothing to help his brain recover.
You don't really realize what a concussion really is until you suffer from one, and I don't wish that upon anybody, but it's just, before I thought, okay, you get headaches, blah, 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 but it is much more than that.
This concussion really affected Francis, as he was behind in schoolwork and could no longer participate in sports for a while. Fortunately, since he was diagnosed with a concussion from the beginning, he was able to make a full recovery and is back to his old self.
I fell unconscious for a short period of time, and then when I woke up, I didn't know what was going on at all.
Maeve's concussion was due to an unfortunate play where she tackled the girl that fell on her head. The girl's knee also hit her on the side of her head, causing an immediate concussion.
It probably took me about 4 months where I could get through the day without having any headaches or any pain.
Her recovery process was tedious, as she had to spend a month in bed, avoiding any sort of light whatsoever. The recovery period was lengthy, and it took a while before Maeve could live a normal day.
I think concussions are incredibly serious. As someone who's had a lot of injuries, I feel like my concussion was probably my worst one, just because it's affecting your brain, right? Like, your knee can heal and it'll be better, but when you get a concussion, it affects your mental stability.
Having lived through a lot of injuries through sports and life, Maeve believes her concussion was the worst one yet.
Be careful about concussions and preventing them, because they're really terrible.
Concussions are very serious injuries that need a professional's attention. Thankfully, there are specialists out there that can help people make full recoveries.
My name is Christian Goulet, Dr. Christian Goulet. What people don't realize, and what I always try to tell people, is that concussions is not just a brain injury, it's a full body injury. And when you're injured, your whole body is affected. Your body goes, in essence, almost to a state of shock. Other things you have to realize is that concussions, as soon as you get a concussion, your brain is in a constant state of repair. I think a lot of people forget that. But our brains are very resilient. We've been evolving for millions of years, and our brains want to get better from it. So every concussion, as soon as you get hit, your brain does go in a state of repair. When you have a concussion and you get hit, it's not 1 hit plus 1 hit equals 2, it's like 1 hit plus 1 hit equals 10. And that's where these concussions can last a lot longer than what they should, is when you have what we call that repeat injury. And one of the worst things that can happen is the second impact syndrome, and that's why a lot of doctors, we wave our hands so much about, safe return to play, because there is something catastrophic that can happen if kids get hit before they're ready, and that's what happened to Rowan Stringer, and that's what this Rowan's Law is all about.
Concussions were always seen as a serious injury, but everything changed after Rowan Stringer passed away from second impact syndrome after suffering multiple concussions in girls rugby.
Rowan played for John McCrae and suffered a concussion in a rugby game after a hit to her head. She took a few hits in a game and got headaches, but did not tell anyone. She played another game in which she took another hit that caused the headaches to return, but she didn't say anything. Finally, in her last game, she did not feel well, but still wanted to play. That was the game where she sustained her last concussion, which led to second impact syndrome and her passing a few days later.
To make sure that this would not happen again and no one would have to go through what Rowan and her family went through, the Stringer family created Rowan's Law.
So what basically Rowan's Law is trying to put in some safeguards to prevent what's happened to Rowan on a number of different levels, with the presumption that if perhaps there was more knowledge out there, that if, whether it be Rowan herself or Rowan's teammates, coaches, trainers, there was more knowledge about concussions, that there would have been different decisions made, and whether Rowan would have been more forthcoming with her symptoms, or maybe her teammates or her coaches or trainers would have been more able to identify it and identify that she was having concussion symptoms.
That's it for this month from the High School Happenings Sports Patrol.
Over to you, Mateo.
Thanks, guys. As we know, auto winters can be brutal, and sadly, a lot of families aren't prepared for them. Thank goodness for the Ottawa Snowsuit Fund, who helps them out. In turn, high schools support them by running their own snowsuit drives. Let's throw it up to David to see how Colonel Buys is going.
We're here at Colonel Buys Secondary School, who's participating in the Snowsuit Fund collection. To learn more about their 5-day event, let's go check it out. What can you tell me about the Snowsuit Fund?
It's an organization in Ottawa. It's volunteer-based, and it makes sure people in need can stay warm in the winter, so they do so by giving out and selling at very low prices snowsuits, hats, mitts, everything that a Canadian needs to stay warm during the winter.
What is Colonel Buys' Student Council role at the Snowsuit Fund?
All right, so Colonel Buy, we try to play a significant role in the community by helping those in need. So we collect the snowsuits, jackets, pants, mitts, hats, everything for the winter. We have a drive for it, and we incentivize the students to bring these things in for the house wars that we have here at Colonel Buy. So once the students bring these things in, then we would pass it on to the Snowsuit Fund in Ottawa, and we'd play our part in helping those in need.
We're at day 2 of the Colonel Buys Snowsuit Fund drive. How's it going so far?
We get a lot of donations. People are smiling out there because we're playing music, dancing around, having a lot of fun. People are for sure liking it. We get a lot of cash donations as well, and just the 25 cents here and there for sure adds up because we have quite a bit of change that we're ready to pass on to the Snowsuit Fund.
As well as getting a chance to speak to some Colonel Buys students about the fundraiser, we also got a chance to speak to some organizers at the Snowsuit Fund. Let's go see how that went.
I've been with the Snowsuit Fund I'm in my 16th year now. I started when my youngest child was just a year old, and I kind of fell into the job, but I love it. I love the people I work with, and I think it provides real value to the community. The Snowsuit Fund came into being 35 years ago. It was actually started by 2 individuals, somebody working as a social worker as well as a businessman got together when they realized that there were too many children going to school without appropriate winter outerwear. They felt something had to be done, and that's how the Snowsuit Fund was born. My favorite part about the job is probably the people that I work with. But the second favorite part of the job is seeing that change can be made so very easily with one little thing. Providing a child with a warm snowsuit makes such a huge difference in someone's life. So the Snowsuit Fund has a mission of keeping kids warm. We serve the city of Ottawa, and we provide warm winter outerwear to children up to age 15 and to families who qualify financially. You do need to show proof of age of your children and proof of your household income, but once that's taken place, for the low price of $10, we can put your child in a warm snowsuit. We also have gently used winter outerwear that's available to families who don't qualify for a new one, and families can help themselves to that as they wish. Last winter, we served over 16,000 children in the Ottawa area. It's a lot of kids. The The Snowsuit Fund only exists in Ottawa. We are one of a kind, but there are many organizations across the country that do something similar, whether it's a community group or a school or something like that, some sort of agency where they are helping keep kids warm. But the Snowsuit Fund exists solely in Ottawa. Any donation you make, whether it's a monetary donation or through donating new or gently used winter outerwear, will make a difference in a child's life. Thank you for sharing your warmth with the child.
That's it for Colonel By's Snowsuit Fund Drive. What a great event for a great cause. Throwing it back to you, Mateo.
Now that's a successful snowsuit drive. Be sure to check around the house for any gently used winter outerwear that you could donate and help those in need. Stay tuned after the break, where we get to listen to some sweet tunes.
One of my favorite things about this time of the year is the Christmas music. On December 8th, I had the chance to attend Gloucester's Christmas Music Night. Let's listen in. Hi, I'm here with one of the executives from the Music Council at Gloucester. So, which instruments do you play?
I play the clarinet, the piano, all the percussion instruments here, and I also sing.
Wow, that's very impressive. So how do you think the night has been going so far, would you say?
So far, the night has been going very well. As one of the heads, I've been helping set up everything here, and overall, it's been going very well.
Everything has been sounding really great. And lastly, what is your favorite piece of the night?
My piece is, coming up, is going to be Christmas Festival. It's one of our long traditions in our band to play that song.
Nice. All right, thank you so much. So what instruments do you play, Scott?
I play the bass and the upright bass, which is pretty much the same thing.
And how do you think the night has been going so far?
I think it's been going pretty well. Everyone loves this night. It's like probably our favorite annual concert. Everyone looks forward to it. So yeah, I think everyone's having fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. And what is your favorite piece of the whole concert?
I'd say Jingle Bells. We do it up really fun and fast, upbeat, and everyone gets into it. So yeah, I'd say that's my favorite. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Abigail, what kind of instruments do you play?
I play the tenor sax, and I've been playing for around 2 to 3 years.
Nice. And how do you think the night or the whole night has been going so far?
It's been going pretty good. It's been festive as always. I don't think I could ever start the season without this concert.
Yeah, I love your costume. It's really cute. And what is your favorite piece of the whole night?
I'd say the piece in stage band, Baby It's Cold Outside, because I really like the duet that I have with the trumpet player, and it's just a nice chill song and it's fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So what is the Gloucester Music Night?
So tonight is an annual concert entitled Snowy Serenade. It's been going on for years and years before my time. This is my first year at Gloucester High School. And tonight we were able to have the Glen Ogilvie Primary Choir sing some songs. And we also had the Henry Monroe Concert Band come up and perform their pieces with us tonight.
Awesome. And how do you think the night went for all the performers?
Oh, it was fantastic. You know, they finally got to showcase all of their hard work for their parents and for their friends. So we actually only had about 3.5 weeks to prepare for this concert. And so I think tonight they did a fantastic job in the short amount of time. And this is my first time performing outside of the school in the community. And so I was proud of my students and what they accomplished.
Yeah, everyone sounded really great. Thank you. Wow, that was some great music we heard tonight. Congrats to all those talented performers. I really don't know what program I want, do you?
It's pretty overwhelming and quite stressful.
There's actually a lot of things that seniors in high school have to deal with that are quite stressful.
In one way or another, I think everybody is affected by stress. Managing stress in high school at the senior level is rampant all over the school. People are losing sleep. People aren't eating properly. People are avoiding school. People are stressed out about university applications, about college applications, about being as successful in their classes as they would like, as they would hope to be, so that they can create opportunities moving forward.
Well, I would say that my biggest cause of stress as a grade 12 student would have to be getting accepted into university and like having a scholarship and maintaining my grades to get the scholarship into university. So I think it's really hard to maintain that as a grade 12 student when you have so many other stresses too, with just like passing grade 12 and doing well. So I would say definitely being accepted into university is by far like the greatest stress as a grade 12 student.
The symptoms that we see here is that people are overwhelmed, people are in tears, again, people are not sleeping, people are avoiding tests. What we like to talk about is what they can manage, and what you can manage is, I feel like I keep talking about this, you can manage getting enough sleep. You can manage eating properly. You need to have breakfast, you need to have lunch, you need to have dinner.
My plans for next year are, I'm currently applying to University of Ottawa as well as Carleton, and as for if I feel prepared or not, honestly not really, but I hope that by the time university comes around and I'll feel more confident.
You can manage getting a little bit of exercise, and I think particularly during this time of year when you have a million things to do and the weather is terrible outside, that exercise is one of those things that goes, and vitamin D, like get outside, go for a walk, make sure that you are getting enough sleep at night. One of the other tools, is talking to somebody. It is okay to say out loud that I am stressed out. It is okay to talk about why. And then it is okay to talk about what you're going to do about it.
Coping with stress, the best way I would recommend coping with stress and the way I do it is to always try to find time to relax, do things that you enjoy, not always just get caught up in the work. It's important to get your work done on time and done well, but you need to find time for yourself too. And that's probably the best ways to find things that you enjoy and do those in addition to your workload.
Do you create a calendar where you figure out when and where you are going to get everything done that you need to get done? Are you going to take a break from one thing so that you can fit in something else just for right now to make it work? It is okay to take a deep breath and ask for help and access your resources. It is okay to be realistic about what you can achieve, but everybody gets stressed.
Is there support at my high school for dealing with stress? I don't really think there's that much support for high school students just in general. Like, we have guidance counselors, but I feel like students don't really use them because they don't want to go to a guidance counselor and talk about their issues if they can just talk to their friends or deal with it themselves. I feel like we're very egotistical and just want to deal with it on our own. I think if guidance counselors made their own presentation for students, informing students like that it's okay to come and talk to them. I think there needs to be other ways of getting support also besides just going to speak to a guidance counselor. I'm not sure what kind of support there could be implemented into high schools, but definitely just having more resources to handle stress, maybe even just having teachers give less of a workload when they know that students are dealing with so much stress too can also be implemented. I know that they want to teach us that we're going into university, we need to deal with a high load of academic stuff, but I think if we just had smaller loads and just focus on what's really important, it would definitely help too.
Okay, yeah, I do feel like there's a lot of support at my school for dealing with stress. I know I can talk with not just my friends, but also my teachers and guidance counselors, so it's definitely helpful.
Yeah, there's guidance counselors, there's people you can talk to your teachers, you can talk to other people, you can talk to other students, your friends. There's a lot of different ways you can get help. Teachers will always allow you to see them at lunch or after school. If you're looking for help, you can always go talk to the guidance counselors or other people if you're really looking for help managing your stress.
It's great to know there's plenty of support for seniors this time of year.
Stay tuned after the break where you'll learn how to win an argument.
Is 2.
Is not.
Is 2.
It's definitely not.
It is 2.
It is not.
Hold on a second. We're not really good at this. Let's go check out the East Regionals Debate Tournament to pick up a few tips.
Thanks, Joelle. Today we're here at the Ottawa Carleton Regional Debating Tournament here at Colonel By Secondary School. Let's go check it out.
Bella's debate team just started up about 2 years ago, so we're fairly new, but we've been growing membership. You know, people have come in, they've seen what it can do. We've gone to a few tournaments, and we're starting to grow, so it's really good to see the growth over the last couple of years.
So how are you guys feeling about today's competition?
I think we're both pretty nervous. Firstly, because we're not actually each other's partners, and it's been so crazy to organize our school's team to be able to come here. So I think we're just all really nervous about seeing our competition, seeing who we have to go against. Yeah.
Our school is new. We're just getting off the ground. We've had a team for 2 years. We've got about 15 members, which is pretty small, but we do get to practice with the Queen's debate team, which is really neat.
Our debate club has over 80 members, so it's one of the largest clubs at Colonel By. So every Tuesday after school we meet in Ms. Bigham's room and we sort of just pick a resolution, debate a topic. It can be anything from electoral reform to social policy. So it's a great way for people to just learn more about subjects that they're interested in and get better at public speaking.
Right. So talk a little bit about the success that Colonel By has had this year in debating.
So far this year, we've had a lot of people, a lot of seniors as well as juniors who've placed well at a lot of tournaments. So for example, we had a junior team that won the junior finals at McGill's tournament, and we also had, we took 7 of the top 10 speaker spots at Carleton's tournament this past weekend, so that was pretty nice.
We just got back from the Carleton University Debate Tournament last weekend, and we used to think that we were the underdogs and that we were just doing it for the fun of it, but we kind of swept the floor this time. We had one of our teams, Luke Zhang and Jack Stewart, came in first. We had another team who made the semifinals, Iga and Aaron, and then they also give awards for the top 10 speakers, and 7 of the top 10 were Colonel By students.
We've done 4 tournaments in the past 4 weeks, which has been really busy. We went to Winnipeg just 2 weeks ago to go to Oxford Nats, so that was really cool as Team Ontario for the first time, debating on a national stage with Ishan. It was really nice. We went with another Lisgar team as well, so we were representing our school pretty well.
We had a great time tonight here at Colonel By Secondary School checking out the Ottawa Carleton Regional Debate Tournament. Good luck to all the students who are moving on. Back to you, Zoelle.
Wow, those are some talented debaters.
Thanks for tuning in to this month's episode.
See you next time on High School Happenings.